turned around because it is Thursday today, and I usually start this by saying hello and happy Saturday, but listen, hello and a very happy almost beginning of long weekend. If you have tomorrow off, you're a super lucky person. I'm going to take most of it off, I think, too, and make it a 4-day weekend. So enjoy it, whether it's 3-day or 4-day. But let us get you a little fix of TIK Live before the weekend. So whether you're watching now or watching back, it's absolutely lovely to have you with us. And we have a good bit to cover, as always. A few exciting new things to show you. A very special announcement that anybody watching live is going to get today ahead of the kind of official newsletter announcement next Tuesday. So stay tuned. Of course, I'm going to make you watch until the end before I tell you about it. But we have a really exciting kind of, here we go, I'll tease it, event coming up, and you are going to want to hear all about it, and you're going to want to take part. So stick with us, and we will get through all of your questions. Thank you for submitting the bits and pieces through Instagram and email and everything. I'm delighted to be covering, and there's lots of gorgeous things. Maureen and Joy have been here today, and they're having their lunch at the moment. But they don't usually see the kind of Instagram live preparation, so they've been going around kind of going, oh, ooh, looking at this and getting inspired. So that's what we're here to do, is to inspire you. But I do believe that Joy is not allowed to cast on any new projects at the moment. I hope you can hear me okay. The other challenge right now of doing this on a Thursday is that there's some building works going on in the centre. It's been kind of ripped apart here in the middle. So I'm really hoping that the banging and stuff isn't kind of causing any issues. And I hope that they go for their lunch soon. Nitty May says, sign me up. I don't even need to know what it is. Thanks, you're on board. First taker for our special event is Nitty May. Who else is in? You have no idea what it's going to be. But, let's do it. Okay, so I will sort of fly through the questions. I'm going to do a little bit more of the top-down stuff because I've got my nice surface here, so I can show you more of the colours, threw in another light into the equation, which is quite bright here, but it'll hopefully allow us to kind of mix and match and show you a few different bits and pieces. So, and Carjoli, you're in too. Fantastic. Claudia's in. Magnificent. Great. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Right. So I want to tell you about, just to do the admin, we have had a big restock of Rico Rumi. A lot of people have been dying and waiting for that to come in for all your little crafty projects and your crochet characters and stuff. So that's come in. Katia restock as well just yesterday with a few nice things. The United socks. A lot of the mini balls are in demand at the moment. So they've come back in, and a few new colours of cotton merino that I'm going to show you. We have and I know how to pronounce it now, the nappe, because it's an Italian word that means tassels. The nappe shawl kits from Lana Vendele, the pattern by Justyna Lakowska. They are up for pre-order until the 12th of April. If you want to get some gorgeous combinations of really unique Italian special yarn to make a lovely soothing shawl knit with beautiful tassels on it, then you can check them out. They're on our website. It's NAPPE. Right, that's everything on my announcement list at the top of the hour. I'm going to jump into Rochelle Duffy. Hello as well to everybody joining us. Rochelle, if you're there, you were asking for yarn options for Foret, which is this guy here. Yeah, Foret by Eri Shimizu, which is an absolutely gorgeous, lightweight and airy sweater, very positive ease and flowy. Beautiful things, and you're wondering about pinks or peaches that would work for that. So we're going to switch you around to top down, and then we can show you some bits and pieces that might work. Hold on. Now let's see, turn you around. Here's the big light, and pop you in down a little bit closer for yarn options. Hang on. Sorry about this bit. Okay. Now I got some greenery. Isn't that pretty? Just to give you something nice to look at. Okay, so we're looking at yarn options for this guy here for Rochelle. And the choices were pinks and peaches. So we have this line up here. Right, so peach, beautiful peach in Camarose Midnight Sol here. and that is shade 9522 Lys Pink, which I believe means light pink, but it's a very peachy light pink. Then we have Atrophiel. This is a mauvey pink, little tones of purple there, and it is a kid mohair and silk blend. Should have given you the first one there. Where is the color number on this guy? Hiding on me. Color 83. There you go. I should have told you that Midnight Sol is a cotton merino wool, tencel, and baby alpaca. Not sure where I was getting the cotton from. But there is that option as well. Light pink. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And another kind of mauvey version here too. Oops. Which is out of the way greenery. Camel Rosa 9526. So hopefully I'll just line these up because it'd be good to see them next to each other. And you can have an idea of which colour might float your boat, Rochelle. Okay, so that was for this design here. For it by Eri Shimizu. Right. Let's fly through this. You all want to get to an announcement, don't you? Okay, next question. Christina herself. Hi, Christina. You're wondering, could I go through the yarn and colours that I have for the Anchor Summer shirt kits? I can, of course. So Anchor's summer shirt is this guy here. We have a few different kits on the website for that, and the colours that we have chosen for it, I know everybody loves this one, love it, love it, love it, is oops. I'm back, I didn't disappear, I promise. All of these guys. Now there are other colours in this range, which is Kremke Morning Salutation. It is a mixture of cotton and lyocell, and as you can see, it's got these beautiful kind of marled finish to it as well, because of the fibres taking up the colours slightly differently, taking the dye a little bit differently. So this is colour 18. Trying to read it through my phone here. So that's one of the colours. Another one we have is colour 13, this khaki. Move them out to the side. You can go fresh candy pink, colour 5. Obviously the white, the pure white has been really popular actually for that kit, so that's colour 1. Very fresh and summery, gorgeous with a little pair of crop jeans or something like that. Mind you, I live in jeans, so that's me. Colour 12 is this sort of bronzy goldy shade, which I like a lot too. And 10, teal. And the last one here, Morning Salutation, is colour 16. Now we've been knitting with this a little bit recently. Mum has been making a lovely little baby cardigan out of it. Not in this colour, but in the fresh gold. In fact, I have that here. Because I am now planning something out of it. And it is... Actually, it's really, really nice to work with. When I first saw this, before I got a sample, I was worried that it would be splitty to work with because just the cotton lyocell blend. I'm a little bit of a skeptic when it comes to plant fibres, but I am convinced of this one. And we have tested it. It's not splitty at all, and it has beautiful, beautiful stitch definition. Can't share you the picture of the knit because it is for a baby that is due soon, and it needs to be a surprise. So, but yeah, that gets the seal of approval. And we are using it on the website for the Anchors summer shirt, which Sarah is casting on as well this weekend. So Sarah, I hope you enjoy it and you're getting on well with it. And that'll be your This Is Knit uniform when you can come back in. Cool. Right. Anchors kits. That noise is me just throwing yarn into boxes here. Okay. So... Silnod, hiya, how's it going? Silnod wants to know what would be a nice combination for Ava Nee's Ardree shawl, other than the original ones that we've got. Oh God, you got all crushed. The Ardree shawl is right here. And this original one uses 3 skeins of Townhouse Tara 4-ply in Rosie's Gold and 1 skein in Pure Majesty. It's a Tunisian crochet design. And we have a couple of color options on the website, but we're just looking for a few other ones for a Silnut. I couldn't catch what your real name was, Silnut. So now you didn't want any reds. So what I brought out, I think this contrast would be amazing. So I would be going for 3 ochre instead of the Rosie's Gold, and 1 of Dublin. So that is ochre and Dublin in Tara 4-ply. Or, how about 3 of Smelt with 1 of Amethyst, or the other way around, if you want it. Give you those. And third option, a little bit more muted, but really nice too. It would be 3 of Seafoam and 1 of Cloak. So that's all for the Ardrey shawl. I'll just line them up here so you can see them all together. So Seafoam and Cloak, ochre and Dublin, Amethyst and Smelt. Woohoo, I remembered them all. So any of those combinations would be absolutely beautiful for Ardrey. I have to say, I'm liking the top down. This is much easier than me trying to juggle all the yarn in my arms. So, great. Now, flying through it. So, unraveling yarn. You were wondering about a yarn to replace Wool and the Gang's Happy Shiny Cotton. Now, I took a look, and the Happy Shiny Cotton is actually kind of a thick cotton, and the thickest cotton that we have is sorry, Silnut said it's so hard to choose, and I'm making it so hard to choose. I don't mean to. I stopped at 3 options. I could have gone on further, but if you want my vote, my favourite is the ochre and the Dublin. I think that'd be spectacular. And hello to people waiting for their parcels. I can't wait for them to arrive for you too. So back to unraveling yarn and the Happy Shiny Cotton. It's a 142 meters per 100 gram yarn. It's a fairly thick one. Whereas what we have is 85. Actually, that might not be too bad now that I look at it. Yeah, so you could use maybe Creative Cotton Yarn, might do it depending on the project that you're planning. When I looked up the yarn, they said that it is between 4 and 8 millimeter needles, which seems kind of a bit crazy. So that's one option. But you could also maybe hold Morning Salutation doubled, because this is a sport weight yarn, and maybe hold it 2 strands together for a thicker effect, a thicker finish, if that's what you're planning. 2 strands of that together would be an option. So that's those guys. All right. Okay, so we had Beck, I think it could be Becky, Beckshus, 123, was wondering about whether we'd be getting any more rovings or fibre in soon, and we are, and it's just a little bit of a delay, but they should be in, I would say, maybe 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks from now. Sorry, that's like, I don't have anything to show for that part. But yes, I'm on it, I promise. Okay. Oh yeah, this is a fun one. Coomera Girl, you can feel this going up. There's a whole basket of stuff. Was wondering about seeing all the shades of red, green, and navy blue in Samia, all together. So might have to move a few bits and pieces out of the way. So there aren't that many. There's only one navy blue. There aren't that many reds either. In fact, one is more of a fuchsia. So I can put it beside there. To do this. Okay, and then, but there's definitely more greens. So let me just do the greens actually first and foremost. So these are all the greens. Let's see, this is, find out where the colors are. So that's color 21. It's kind of the tealy, not tealy, evergreeny, that's what I mean. This is color 17, more pistachio olivey. Then color 18, khaki, slight mint tones to color 20. So that's your greens. Next to the navy, which is color, keep moving these balls, color 26. Sorry about this, guys. I know this is specific to one project, but I'm hoping it's useful to other people as well. That's color 16 in the green. And color 12. This is the true red. a little hard to see there, but that's the true red. And color 13, which is, I would say, sort of a cherry pink tone. Right, push them up to the top part of the screen a little bit like that. Okay, so that hopefully gives you an idea if you're planning something striped like I have on. But if you want photos or a separate video or anything like that, just let us know, Comer Girl, and we will do that for you. Okay, it's a nice yarn. We like this. Works really well in stocking stitch. We did do a little bit more textured of a stitch, like a garter thing, and because of this sort of ropey ply, it doesn't feel as soft then when it's used in garter, but in stocking stitched, it's really beautiful. Okay, now move you. I went to the trouble of getting this lovely plant, so I want to keep you in shot. Okay, now we had a fun one. We have a colour work one next, which is the rose hip sweater. And this is for Ethna Kavanagh. Ethna wants to know what yarns we might have that are suitable for the rose hip sweater by Anna Joanna. And that is out of Strands of Joy, that book. So that's absolutely gorgeous. You can see it used a spin cycle. So one of the colour changing spin cycle yarns in sport weight with one of their solids. So I can show you what we have that might work. I don't really have pinks or those sort of peachy toned ones. And thanks to people answering questions in the comments there about the yarn that I just showed. Yeah, it was Semilla or Semilla, Semilla. But onto rose hip again. So there are, I think it's 6 or 7 shades in the mood range, which would come up in a similar effect, the color changing effect that oh my god, spin cycle, thank you, wow. Spin cycle comes up into. So these are just 2 shades that I picked out. So they're a sport weight, they would be absolutely perfect for rose hip if those colors are your jam, and you can have a look at some of the other shades on the website too. We have used it together with Opus. Jackie made a sweater that you can see the yoke of in the product listing for In the Mood, using that, and they worked out really nicely together. So Opus is one option for your solid colour. You could also use Camarose. This is Heverdagseld, there you are. 100% organic wool, also sport weight. Or you could use Carol Feller's Nua Sport, which is merino, yak, and linen. So it's Nua Sport from Stolen Stitches, Carol Feller. So all of those, I've just chosen grey neutrals to go beside the In the Moods here. But any of those would pair nicely with that for the rose hip design. Yeah. Thanks. Somebody's complimenting on my plant on my heart. Thanks. It's the small things that make the difference. When I take the yarn away, I didn't want you to just be looking at like plain. So that's that one. Almost there with customer questions because we're flying through it. I love Nua too. Thanks, Maruma. Excellent. So right, so Dottie2D, if you're out there, hello to you, Dottie2D. Dottie2D was wondering if it would be possible to show which of the cobweb laces go well with Malabrigo Fresco e Secco. So now, aren't we? We're beautiful natural tones here on the screen. So Malabrigo Fresco e Secco, I have it here in Rios. I don't think I have it in Sock, but that's the shade anyway. And rolling away from me is the cobweb laces that I picked out. So it really depends on where you're going with it. You were saying it's for a multi-stranded, a double-stranded knit. Now, if you're going to add in just one strand of the merino cobweb lace, it's not going to have much of an impact. It is quite fine. So overall on this, it'll just sort of be quite subtle, but it will give the whole skein like a kind of, trying to think about like a neutral tone or neutral background to it, I suppose. So check that out. You could go for 2 strands together if you wanted to influence it a bit more. And there's that colour. So that's shade 64. we've listed them by the first number there. And this is shade 28. So they were the two that I picked out that I thought might work nicely with Fresco y Secco, depending on the tone that you want to go for overall. But I would say you might want to consider or swatch with one strand and then swatch with two strands, or you could even get one of each and then mix it in and make it a triple strand. Why not? Someone did suggest putting straight knitting needles through a shoebox. If you imagine like poking it through the shoebox and then putting these cones on it so that they run just sort of smoothly off there as you're knitting with them, I think that's a deadly idea. Alex is saying bye-bye. Oh, I'm sorry your connection is dropping, but do catch up with us later, Alex, and we'll see you then. Okay, so hopefully that is helpful, but they're the colours that I think work the best with that. And thank you to whoever gave me that tip about running dowels through a shoebox and letting the cones run off there if you're working multi-stranded. Right, Nanook. I have knit Nanook. Super speedy today with all of the ideas. So Nanook by Heidi Kirameyer is this lovely kind of drape front worsted weight, Aran weight cardigan. I knit it when I was pregnant with my second child because it works really well over a bump as well. But it's fairly versatile, and you can actually put a pin through it. You can actually bring it across and make it more like a little turtleneck thing. That's quite nice too. And you were looking for, this is May L 9H. Hi, May L 9H. If you want to have a few suggestions of what would work for Nanook. So I'm going to go for the opportunity to show you new colors. I think cotton merino would be spectacular in that. I'm just going to take these other ones away because this guy is my favorite. This beautiful, soft, mauvey, pretty, I'm trying to see, can you catch that? The soft mauvey shade. Oh no, other people's connections. I hope it's not mine, actually. I hope everybody can hear okay. So this is colour 128, a new one from Katia Concept, Cotton Merino, and that, my friends, is absolutely gorgeous. And then they have another sort of dark mauvey colour, which is shade 134. That would be absolutely gorgeous too. It really depends on your own style. And colour 131, this one here, a real fresh summery blue too. Okay, so they are the new ones. Few colours would have been discontinued in the range, but then you get these pretties coming along. So I think that's good. I think we'll take that trade-off. So cool. There's that, and then if you wanted something a little bit more woolly for Nanook, then the Hamilton number 1 from BC Garn is another option here. So again, there's a good few colours in the range. I've just brought up the neutrals, but they would work really well for that design too. Okay, so the people that are down the road have trouble with their connection, but in Australia and the States, we're doing good. So that's fantastic. Good to hear. Lovely. So you're sticking with me for the announcement. These are very good because I have one more customer question. Then I have a shop sample to kind of show off to you. And then we can talk about our event. Okay. Right, look at this pretty. I like it. So this is Marcia Live. She says, "Hi Lisa, happy Easter to you all, and happy Easter to you, Marcia, and everybody out there. I am planning my next project, which will be an Wenzel's sailor sweater. I'd like you to use the same shades. It's 2 strands knit together, and what do you recommend? Looking forward to seeing you. Hope you're in there. Okay. Good to see you here. And right, so this design it's an Isager yarn. A DK merino called Jensen, held with 1 strand of an alpaca lace weight. So we don't have a straightforward substitution for that, but I've got a couple of ideas for you. Number 1, and possibly what might be the most simple. So if you're not too bothered about whether you want to have that halo, the alpaca fluff thing going on here, then these guys in Yaku. So that's colour 1000, colour 1000, and colour 1710. I think they would work really nicely together. And you could hold two strands of that and 2 strands of that to get to your tension recommended, or 19 stitches. Obviously you'll have to do your own swatch and everything, but it's 19 stitches on 4.5mm needles. So 2 of those together, or if you want the bit of halo and the bit of fluff, it's not, even though it's not a DK, because I said a DK with a lace weight alpaca, I think that lace weight is very, very fine from the impression that I get. So you could actually mix that Yaku with 1 strand of Adrofil Kidsetta, and I'd be confident that you'd make that gauge, and then it comes with a lovely dark navy here. So they're just such a lovely match that I think you could go 1 strand, 1 strand, 1 strand, and 1 strand, and that would actually make this is a slight yellow tone to it, so I think this would bring a bit more white and lightness to it, and that you'd get your match for the sailor sweater. Okay, so those, to give you those color numbers, let's see, so it's color 90 in the Kidsetta and color 80 mixed with these 2. I think we'll do that. Happy days. Okay, lots of love for those. I really like this design. This one might be my winner from today of my temptations for next things to cast on after baby knits. Closely followed by actually the shop sample that I'm going to show you in a second. There did catch, I didn't have it on my notes, but I did manage to catch just before I logged on Instagram that somebody wanted to see these 3 shades together. I didn't get a chance to take down your name, but you wanted to see this one, and this one together, and I already had the others set up. So again, I hope that helps. So that is the light grey, which is 1011, and they're a pretty combo too. It is a really rich navy blue. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to show you. It's a design you've seen already. You know it looks absolutely beautiful on. We all heard about Joy's plans for it. And of course, because Joy being Joy, she has finished it already. We will give a little bit more info and detail on it and show you the color combinations and the color numbers that I'm about to show off. But this is Leonie by Coco Knits with the sparkly combination of navy blue linen and these guys. Okay, so this is a really nice example of what level of sparkle you'd get with 1 strand. Okay, and the dominance of your main color here. Okay, so that's the navy blue held with that. And Joy was saying she expected that more of this, you know, it would be brighter in the finished object, but you can see it's absolutely beautiful. It isn't brighter, but it's fantastic, and it's catching the light gorgeously. So I had to, of course, sorry, I've just sort of folded it all up here, but it is the Leonie sweater. I had to go and see what other magical combinations we had. Let's go in a bit closer on these. So again, so that is, now we've a bit more of the linen coming because you guys have been, yeah, you like it. I like it too. And I'm going to plan one of these. This is color 50 with, oh, where are we gone? Oh, color 149. There you are. Subtle is good sometimes. Someone has already done this one. I think it's Mary Tyrrell possibly. So color 101 on the Stellaris with color 30. Imagine. God, it's so gorgeous. I just, you know, make sure you're not around small children, but absolutely fabulous. This might be my winner. Could you imagine? I love it. I love it. So that is color 61 in the linen. And color 167 in Stellaris. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, there's this guy. And color 33 with color 180. Try and give you that in the light there. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at them. And oh, I have three more to show you. Are you bored yet? No. 1, 2. Just had to reach them. I'm running out of space here. So Stellaris, here we go. In your khaki color 62 with 157. Also gorgeous. That'd be very different. Gotta go gold. Why not? I think that could be amazing. So color 36 and color 181. And then the last one, these guys. There's this beautiful rose gold. That would be amazing. 132 with color 41. I think that's Joy's next choice. I can hear her eating her lunch outside going, ooh. So pretty, 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 pretty. Absolutely gorgeous and amazing. Lots of lovely options. And yeah, we're going to be knitting our way through this summer, right, folks? Yes. So more Leonis. Okay, drum roll. Dun, 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 and then I'll turn you around. Hang on. There's my big light again. Right. How are we? You want the announcement, right? Of course you do. Right, well, we're only half one, so it's a weird live because it's a Thursday live, and it's going to be a bit of a short one then, because I'm going to give you the brief rundown of what we have planned, and then I'm going to run off. Okay. The name of the last pattern with the stripes, sorry, that was, see, that is called the Sailor Sweater by Anne Vensil. Yeah, good stuff. Joy, do you know what needle size did you use on your Leonie, please, with your Stellaris? Then I will let Joy answer that in the comments. She's World Joy 55, and I will get back to stop teasing people about the event. Okay. So, it has been a long time since any of you have been allowed in this shop. It has been a long time, and in that time, we have gotten an awful lot of new things into stock. And online shopping is hard. We try this. I can show you yarns all day, but you can't feel them. You can't squish them. So how would you like to? How would you like to try some of the new things that we have gotten in stock in the last 12 months? So our plan, of course, yarn tasting boxes. We are going to send you out 12 samples, 12 new yarns that we've gotten over the last 12 months. And we're going to get little boxes, and you're not going to be allowed to open them until, should have had the date, the last Thursday in April. Somebody tell me that date. Because we're all going to get on Zoom and we're all going to do it together. So we are going to have spot prizes, we're going to have little treats, we're going to have, of course, a cocktail recipe, or maybe even more. I think Sarah was talking about a cocktail recipe per staff member. We're going to have ideas for what to do with your little samples, scrap projects, inspiration, obviously showing you some samples and all that of finished items and things. But that means you can actually have these yarns in your hands. You can play with them, you can feel them, you can see what they speak to you and plan your next projects for the summer and beyond, because yeah, listen, we hope we're going to be able to be opening and welcoming you back from May or June, but for this next month, it's going to be all about getting these yarn tasting, this virtual yarn tasting happening and getting that out to you. We are going to be winding our little hearts out here in the shop. It is going to be on Thursday, the 29th of April. There's going to be, I'm going to say, an hour and a half to at least 2 hours. We've got to figure it out because we've got to go through 12 different yarns. This is open to all over the world. Anybody who wants to get a yarn tasting pack from us can do that. It's going to feature BC Yarn, it's going to feature Cama Rose, Townhouse Yarns, Earth Yarns, who else? Somebody else tell me what the other ones. So yeah, we're going to have loads of different bits and pieces for you to try. Anything that's been new in the last 12 months, more or less, we're going to have little samples in that box, and it is going to be a lot of fun. So of course, there's only so many boxes that we can wind, and so we're going to put them on sale. There will be an official announcement in the newsletter on Tuesday. They will be open for sale then, and you can grab your pack, grab it while you can, especially I suppose if you're overseas, because we want to get that on the way to you as soon as we can. We will also have, actually Sarah's going to create a whole PDF brochure and all of the exciting, the whole breakdown, everything you need to know. But what I love about this is that we're all going to do it together, okay? So, keep it locked up and open it all up on the night, and we will walk you through them all. We will have a bit of fun and a bit of chat, and I think one of the nicest things is it's not going to be just me talking to you, that you're going to get to we're going to assign yarns to each of the team members, and they can tell you what their impressions are, and we can ask you what your impressions are, and do be honest with us, tell us what you think. So that's the announcement. You guys heard it here first. We are like actually just super excited. Myself and Sarah and Aisling were on a call yesterday, and there was a lot of squeeing going on with the plans. So the Zoom, thanks Michelle Claudette for asking what time it's going to be. It's going to be at, we're thinking about 7 to 9 p.m. So 7 to 9 p.m. GMT. I really hope that you'll be able to come along. Obviously time zones and stuff are an issue, but hopefully that time of day on a Thursday is going to suit for most people. We can't trust this. It's the 1st of April. I know, and I knew somebody was going to bring up the fact that it's April Fool's Day. It's not an April Fool's. There's 100% this is true. We are doing this, and almost that's why the official announcement is going out in the newsletter on Tuesday. We didn't want to rush it. We've got a really, really good fun evening planned for you, and all of the details are going to be in that newsletter on Tuesday. So if you're not already signed up for the newsletter, please make sure pop on to thisisnit.ie, scroll down a wee bit, and you're going to see the sign up form there. Make sure that you're in there to receive that, because as I say, we can only make so many boxes. So let's see how many of you we can get involved. Okay. I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Everybody, really do have a fantastic long weekend. Thanks for all the excitement. It isn't an April Fool, I promise. And you will hear more from us on Tuesday. And in the meantime, happy knitting, crocheting. Enjoy your weekend. And thanks again for joining us.